Well, guys, I'm making the call. What's good, what's happening, and what's going on? I guess if I'm going to do this, I'm going to need my wallet. I'm really bad when it comes to wanting to spend a lot of money on something. But this is something I need because I didn't realize how bad this phone actually was. Just chatting with Chutch, and Chutch has the Google Pixel 6. The 6, okay? This was released 3 years ago. He's got access to Android 14. This phone is running Android 13. So if you haven't figured out what I'm doing, I'm going to Best Buy. I'm taking advantage of Black Friday because right now the Google Pixels are all on sale at a discounted rate. And I think I'm going to get me an upgraded phone that I won't have to worry about for another 7 freaking years. Oh, Jesus. For another 7 freaking years. So let's go to Best Buy. Oh, man. I was out here earlier filming the flashlight. It's not really that much dark. Well, it's a lot more darker out now, but whatever. Check this out. I love this. Hear how quickly it spins now? Before it'd be like, now it's just like it fires right up, zero frigs given. Oh man, so glad I replaced that battery. All right, so we're gonna go to Best Buy. I've done a lot of research on the Google Pixel. I like it better than the Samsung offerings. So let's get you guys mounted on here. There you go. Soon I'll be able to do this in wide angle. What are you mad about? Truck? Nothing? Okay, cool. All right, let's pitter patter have at her. Let's say, where the hell's my phone? But it's currently on the dash. Problem when you use your phone as your camera. Let's go to Best Buy. Oh man, all I see on the news is, and by the news I mean Facebook and YouTube, is Canada's freaking out about Trump coming out with those tariffs, that 25% tariff on Canadian products. And the financial ministers are already looking into solutions like, okay, fine, we just won't order anything from the US and we'll just order from the UK. It's like, holy, is that really that much cheaper, even with a 25% increase? How about you guys have a sit-down talk with Donald Trump and say, listen, like, this ain't going to benefit either one of our countries, and come up with a solution. And like Doug Ford is really pissed off that Trump compared Canada to Mexico, saying that we're the same. Like, that really pissed him off because we all know like a lot of drugs come across the Mexican border into northern Americas, both Canada and the US. Like, drugs come up from California into British Columbia through Alberta and make their way across to the East Coast and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's no bueno. I've been hearing a lot about that. And there's our good old premier that's going to be doing a little bit of a tax cut, a tax break for us for Christmas. Starting December 14th, 2024, taxes on things like food and certain baby items and certain other things like electronics, like video game consoles, not computer parts, but video game consoles and such. There'll be no HST. That's our, it's a combination of the federal tax and the provincial tax. We call it the heuristic tax, and it's 13%. That'll all be removed. You can go to the restaurant and not pay taxes on your meals, and this is going to cause a lot of problems for these well, restaurants, not a big deal because they just don't charge you the tax anymore. What it's going to kill is stores like Walmart and that, where they sell multiple items. Even mom and pop operations that sell multiple items, all the taxes will be removed from certain items, but not all items. So like your essentials will have removes on it, food and shit like that. You won't pay taxes on food. Well, right now you don't really pay taxes on fresh produce. You only pay taxes on trash food. Like there's a sugar tax on soda, and there's like, I call it soda because a lot of my viewers are American, but we call it pap. Good old case of pap. But no, like he's putting this here out, which I mean is less income for the government. So I don't know where the hell that money's coming from. Well, I do know where that money's coming from. He's obviously going to print off more money and tank our dollar even harder. And then come April, he's going to give us anybody who worked in 2023 and made up to $150,000 in the year. So if you made $1 in the year to $149,999.99, you'll get a one-time stimulus check of $250. Now this check only applies if you worked. So any elders that are on old age pension who did not work will not get it. Like my parents, for instance, they're not working right now. They're retired. They will not see this stimulus check. Anybody in an old age home who's not working, who's receiving government pension or another form of pension, that doesn't qualify. They're out of it. Anybody on disability collecting from Ontario Disability Support Program, the ODSP, will not qualify for this stimulus check. It's literally if you've actually put in time at a job and made money, you get this check. If you ask me, that's pretty freaking rude. What he should do is get rid of that dumb carbon tax so that we can bring the price of stuff down. It doesn't cost so much to manufacture. Businesses don't run off to the US, and then we don't have to import products that we used to make here in Canada. We don't have to import them from the US because it's cheaper to run their labor force down there, or, you know, companies in Canada that are like outsourcing to like China to build their shit because production in Canada is too damn expensive. It'd be so much nicer if they would just axe the tax like Pierre Poilievre wants to do, and we're done with it. Like, because honestly, I want him to do that. I want that carbon tax gone because I want to see if it's corporate greed after that. That's my big thing. It's like, okay, so Pierre goes ahead, he becomes premier next year in October, and his first call of action is carbon tax, bye-bye, you're gone. No more carbon tax, we're done with that noise. We're going back to our regular nonsense. He pulls the old cap in Alberta so they can actually start producing more oil, and they're not limited to what they can do. Everything goes back to normal, but does it? Does the price of beef come down? Does the price of food come down? Do we still see the same prices when we go to the grocery store, or do things actually start to deflate? Because right now inflation is at an all-time high. It's super expensive to go to the grocery store. I got a couple friends now that are right pinched to the point where they're like, between paying rent and buying food, like the food bank is their friend. And they've never been to a food bank before. And now they're like relying on the food bank. And the food banks are freaking tapped. Like they're begging for donations because they don't have anything to give out. And people aren't donating to the food bank because they're trying to keep food on their table to feed their families. It's the way it is, right? It's freaking brutal. It's a brutal time to be alive right now in Canada. When you see stories about Canada being classified as the new third world country, you're not that far off. Like a lot of people can't make do. And here I am coming to buy a $1,250 freaking cell phone, and other people can't afford to put food on their table. You know, I don't really buy myself a lot of expensive shit all the time, so why not, right? Once in a while won't hurt. But yeah, like, I'm curious to see if that tax goes away, if the cost of living would go back to normal somewhat. I expect a bit of inflation, but like right now, you go to Tim Hortons, and if I were to buy like a fava, you guys might remember that from the old days with me and Adrian, we get a French vanilla. It used to cost us $2 for an extra large. Right now, it's $3 for a medium. That's ridiculous. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna run into Future Shop, and by that I mean Best Buy. It'll always be Future Shop in my mind. Gonna go grab that phone, and I'll talk to you in a bit. Alrighty, guys, I got a phone case for it as well. But we got the Google Pixel. I'll show you when I get home. It's the black one going in a red case. Whatever. The reason why I bought this case was it was like one of those kiosks in the mall. It was like $12. And it sticks to my mag mount on my dash. So I can use my new phone when I drive down south this weekend as a GPS, because I'm going to Cambridge for a martial arts convention. And I gotta know where the frig I'm going. So let's pitter patter, have at her, and head her home. I got a story for you guys. So I get in there, it's super busy. Like there's a ton of people in there buying iPhones and doing upgrades and stuff, because like right now, Black Friday sales, and those guys are good sales reps, you know. One person was like, well, maybe we'll wait till Boxing Day. This is a lot of money to throw down on a phone and blah, blah, blah. And Buddy's like, you know, like the deals usually are better on Black Friday than Boxing Day, and we can't guarantee the price will be the same then, and really put the friggin' grease to them, right? So sure enough, they ended up buying the phone and activating it, and probably won't be able to afford groceries for a month, but that's not my problem. And then I go up there and I'm like, you know, Buddy was with these clients for a good half an hour, and that's how long it took me to get out of there, was a half an hour, because I literally walked up to him and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna make your life a hell of a lot easier. And he's like, oh, thank God. I'm like, I want a Pixel 9 Pro without the XL. I do not want the big screen. Because honestly, I held the XL while I was waiting. No, I don't. That's one complaint I had about the S20, was having to reach. Like holding it one hand and operating it was way too hard. I didn't like that. I don't need a tablet for a phone. I just need a phone. 6.7 inches is big enough. Ladies, remember that. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, if you're taking 6.7 inches, damn dog, back on topic. So he's like, yeah, it's $14.49. And I'm like, I said for the Pro 9, not the XL. And he goes, no, that's the price. And I'm like, no, on your website. No, he said $14.79. I'm like, no, on the website it says there's $250 off. And then I pull out my phone and my freaking camera dongle was attached. My microphone dongle was attached to it. And I show him and he's like, oh, okay. He's like, what the heck is this? A charger? And I'm like, no, it's a dongle. And I show him my mic. I have it in my pocket of my coat. Like I have it clipped on my pocket of my coat. And I'm like, no, it's the dongle for my wireless lapel mic. I said, I'm filming a video with this camera right now. I said, well, not right now, but like I filmed on the way here about getting a new phone because I'm pissed off that Samsung just no faith in their technology. Are you going to make the move, bud? Holy shit. So he's like, oh, you use your phone as your camera. I said, well, yeah, like frig, ever since cell phones got these amazing cameras on them, companies don't make camcorders anymore because why bother when a cell phone, you carry it in your pocket all the time. It's always at the ready. And he's like, oh, he's like, then you should get the iPhone 16. It's got the best cameras in the business and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bruh. And he's like, what? And I'm like, do I look like I wear tight jeans? And he just laughs. He's like, no, I got you. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I got an iPhone for my corporate phone. I said, I never use it. I hate the damn thing. I'm like, iOS is like Crayola on crack. Not a fan. Big fan of Android. I like the customability, all the customizations. Like Pixels come with naked Android. There's nothing on them. There's no skin, no nothing. But you can add a launcher to it if you want to make it look like Samsung, or if you want to make it look like Microsoft phone. You can add the Microsoft UI to it and give it that Microsoft phone feel. Like you can get different launchers. You can change the keyboard out. That's what I loved about Android was if you don't like your keyboard layout on Samsung, you can go download Google Keyboard, which is pretty damn close to the iPhone keyboard. And that's the only thing on the iPhone I ever liked was their keyboard. The rest of the system, potato. Not a fan. Yeah, they got some nice cameras on there, but you know what? So does this Google Pixel 9, like 50 megapixels across the board. Big fan of that. So he's like, all right, well, no problem. He's like, so you're gonna need some storage. I said, yeah, I want the 256 gig version. I said, that's what I have on this phone here. Mind you, it's 128 on the main and 128 on an SD card, and I recorded the SD card. The option to use an SD card is gone now because these new phones don't have that feature anymore. They stopped that at the S21, I think. The S20 was the last one to have an SD card built into the SIM card slot, which is so upsetting. So nice to be able to expand your memory on the fly. Like you couldn't install applications to an SD card, but it's great for storing photos and videos and your Spotify. Like when you go on Spotify and you download a bunch of music so you're not pulling from data and you can get a better quality version of it. It's nice to have that option on your phone to store it somewhere that's not the main memory system. But anyway, I digress. So I get the phone and then I'm like, I asked them if they had any cases and they didn't. So as I was leaving, I looked down and I saw this place called Cellomania or Cellmania or whatever, one of those little center kiosks. And I'm like, I bet you they got some friggin' Temu cases over there. And sure enough, they did. And I'm like, I need a Pixel 9 case, not XL. And he's like, yeah, right over here. He goes, this one's right here for your phone. I said, perfect. So I grabbed one. I'm looking. I find one. I'm like, this one here will work. And he's like, what do you need? I'm like, I need this metal coin on the back. And I told him, I said, it's to stick to the magnet on my dash so I can use my phone as a GPS when I drive. When I go places and I don't know where the hell I'm going, I said, my phone is my GPS. But I think a lot of people do that now. Even people who have GPS built into their vehicles probably still use their phone because it gets more updates. I don't know, maybe not. Buddy trying to sell me. Oh, that's my friggin' modern Arnie sticks dragging around on the floor. But nobody's trying to friggin' upsell me on an iFail. Like I want a frickin' iFail. Holy crap. I know a lot of you guys use them out there and you love them and stuff. That's great to each their own, but ever since the iPhone 4, I've been an Android fan because the batteries last longer, the operating system, you can do a lot more with it. Sure, iPhone, you have access to iMovie, which is really fun to edit videos on. I'll give them that. If Android had an iMovie-like option, it would make it so much better, but nobody's built one. I should probably get on that. There could be money in that. A Google-like iMovie editor, where you can do like trims and cuts and stuff, and not just trim the video, but actually split the video and knock out a center bit and other things. But anyway, guys, I'm almost home. Once I get home, I'll show you more in better light what I got. All right? We'll talk to you then. Alrighty, guys, we are home. So yeah, let me show you this case a little bit better so you get an idea as to what the heck I was trying to show you in the car. Just a simple little case, no different than the one I got on this phone right now, except for this one's red. That's the only color they had. And it's got the same thing on the back where you can take this out and spin it so you can turn it into a tripod. So like if you're watching a YouTube or Netflix, you can just tilt it. And this is metal, so it sticks to my freaking magnet in the car, which is something I wish this one had. But no, this one actually has a magnet on it. Where's this magnetic? This case here, it's a magnet on the back, and the problem is the polarity of the magnet is the same as the polarity on the magnet in the truck. So instead of sticking, it just flies, like it hovers and defies the laws of physics. And here is the Google Pixel 9 Pro, right? You are the Pro model. Yeah, Google Pixel 9 Pro. So to open, it looks like there's some tearaway tabs here that you grab and you pull. That didn't do shit. That really didn't do shit. Okay, now what? Oh, and you just push the phone out somehow. No, I don't know what the hell's going on right now. I don't know. I figured this would be a little easier. There we go. Slide that out. I got to do some setup on this thing, which means I'm probably not going to be able to film it because I got to rip the SD card out of this other phone that I'm filming on right now. However, guys, oh, she's pretty. Got a great big freaking tumor on the back of it, but whatever. Oh, USB-C to USB-C. Maybe I should give this a full charge before I set it up. Oh, good. It's got a fingerprint reader on it. I was worried about that. I didn't look that up. I'm like, I hope it's not like my iPhone 12 for work, because the iPhone 12 doesn't have a fingerprint reader on it. And you got to look at it to unlock it. You got to use your face. So if anybody has a picture of me, they can just breach my phone. But ooh, that is no. Oh, see, this is the perfect size phone. Like, it's smaller than the S20, but it's the perfect size. It's fits in my hand nicely. Where the hell did you put? There's the SIM card. Did this box come with a SIM card unlocking tool? Because I kind of don't have one. Well, that may be a problem. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a problem. Why wouldn't they include that? They give you a nice USB-C to USB-C cable, but they don't give you a SIM card release tool. Oh, wait, there's more. Oh my God. Please tell me that Google thought of everything. So apparently this comes with the new AI system, Gemini. You may have heard about it in the news where it literally told a kid to kill himself. So that's exciting. But here we go. We got our little removal tool. Very nice. Very nice. But yeah, this thing's slick. What the hell are you? Not quite sure what that is. I'll have to do some research on this phone. There's like a great big metal plate at the top. I don't know if that's the fingerprint reader or if it's on the screen. Yeah, it looked like it was on the screen. There's probably a manual for it too. All right, guys. I'm guessing that's a speaker. All right. I'm going to have to shut this phone off, rip the SD card out of it, plop it in this one here, and then I will come back. I'll still be able to record on the S20. I just won't be able to text or talk on it. Yeah, the simple tray. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop recording and get this phone set up. Alrighty, now I'm recording on both devices on their main camera. I'm holding them both pretty much the same distance away. Looks like the Google is actually getting a wider angled shot. Dope. Very dope. I don't know how the sound sounds, but I guess we'll find out. I didn't just buy this phone for the camera. Well, I did, but I also bought it so I can get updates. Yeah. Anyway. Sweet. Alrighty, I want to try some stuff here. It's pretty, gonna have to play with this phone for a bit, figure it out. Yeah, new phone, who dis? It's pretty grainy in the dark, eh? I don't know why. I wonder if I change this out. No, it's even grainier there. I'm gonna have to play with the settings on this camera and figure it out. It's gonna take a bit to figure out what the hell's going on, but I'm seeing like lines on it, like it's recording at like 50 hertz or something. I don't know. We're gonna have to play with this and figure it out and see what the hell's going on. One of the things I find weird with the Google phone over the Samsung phone is with the Samsung, the moment I plug in the microphone, it automatically switches to the mic. With this phone, I have to manually go and turn on the USB mic, or otherwise it pulls from the main audio source. So that's a bit different. That's something I have to work on, but whatever. We'll figure it out, man. We'll figure it out. So far, I really like this phone. It's nice. A lot of setup to do. I still got a lot of shit to set up, but I got Spotify set up on it. I got to set up my truck on it because right now the Samsung S20 is on there. Got to set up my headphones on here. Yeah, all in all, I think this is a great phone. It's lightweight. It's smaller than the S20, which is what I wanted. I didn't really want a big clunker phone in my pocket anymore. And the S20 is a lot wider than this thing. So That's pretty dope. Yeah, we'll have to see how this works for commenting on comments, because I'm going to have to film that soon, because this weekend I'm heading south for a martial arts tournament, and I kind of need to use this phone in the truck for Google Maps. So that's a thing. Got to make sure that's going to work too. Make sure the GPS is hunky-dory, happy. But one thing I want to do though is test out the wide angle mode. Oh yeah, you can film in wide angle. You can definitely film in wide angle. This is Google's wide angle mode. Scammers, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Scampers. 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 Okay, so it ain't wide angle like a GoPro, but you can like zoom really in too. Like you can get right in there. Go right into the AI zoom territory. Then right back out. Sweet. So I did notice as it jumped between the three lenses, the telephoto, the wide angle, and the regular lens, that it did kind of stutter. I noticed on my computer while editing the videos that the color's a little more saturated on this. I'm gonna have to go through there and figure out why, because it looks like I have a freaking suntan right now and I don't. I look like I'm cherry tomato red and I'm not. So obviously there's some settings I gotta dick with on this. Tomorrow I'm gonna film commenting on comments with this phone. Obviously that's gonna come out way before, because that's gonna come out on Sunday the what, 2nd, 1st? I don't know, one of those days. I think it's Sunday the 1st. So you're going to see a couple commenting on comments that came out way before this video for this phone went live. And I want to see if anybody notices anything different. So that's going to be fun. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Finally, we upgraded the phone. We should be good for 7 freaking years now. Shouldn't need another upgrade for 7 freaking years. So happy about this. Best day ever. Love it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, favorite, comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you think of the quality, and hopefully I can get it fine-tuned better. Anyway, until next time, guys, live to win it. Peace. Break out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.